Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Podcast First Play, episode 22. I'm Carl, and as always, joining me is the man single-handedly responsible for the death of the Connect. It's Dan.
Hello.
You crafty bastard, you got what you wanted.
I know.
No news this week except for E3 has been and gone. So what we thought we'd do this week is basically do our E3 wrap up, what we were happy with, what probably wasn't happy with, and what we're disappointed that wasn't there. So I'll let you kick it off.
Well, happy with Far Cry 4 looked really good.
Oh, it looked amazing.
Yeah, it really did. Rainbow Six Siege, loved the idea of that. I think I'm definitely going to be getting that. That was amazing. Sims 4, really looking forward to that.
Tom Clancy's The Division or Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Yeah. So 2 Tom Clancy's in one showing. So that's quite strange, really, considering it's a third party. But still, they both look good. I'd still take Siege over Division.
Well, I think it's a bit of a toss-up, really, because The Division I think will have bigger emphasis on story.
Oh, easily, yeah. But I mean, that's why I like the idea of Siege. It's because it's what I want Battlefield to be. I want it to be a sort of like team tactical strategy. Everyone's got to sort of chip in and do their own bit.
That's not gonna happen.
But that's the thing. If it's only teams of 4 against another team of 4, you've got to. Otherwise, you're going to fuck it up and everyone loses.
The only strategy Battlefield players are doing is hoping that they all log on and Battlefield 4 works.
No, because that's what Battlefield 4 is. It's supposed to be all these people. You know, there's all the like assault classes that are tagging all of the tanks, the lock-ons for the engineers to take them out. And when you get into a match where that happens, it's brilliant. But more often than not, you're just shouting at people, just saying, "Why are you camping in the corner, you little fuck?" Yeah. But I think that Siege will, unless there are obviously larger maps and big full-scale team deathmatches and stuff like that, with the sort of what they showed, that sort of small 4-player, you've got to really think, shit, if I go through this wall, then go for the roof, and you come in through the sides, they can't defend against all of that at the same time. It's going to be amazing. I love that.
6 does tend to be a lot more, not to put people down or I don't know. This could probably come out the wrong way, but Rainbow Six is a smarter shooting game than the likes of Battlefield.
I'd agree. It's not about massive maps and billion vehicles. It's thinking. It's thinking. Yeah. They're in there. They don't know where we are. We can find out where they are, but they've got, I know, drones and stuff like I imagine that they have as well. So it's trying to outthink people rather than just outshooting people.
Yeah.
Which, that'll be a nice turn. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Other than that, though, Arkham Knight footage, amazing. Batmobile just looks fucking incredible.
It looked amazing.
It did, literally just bashing through walls and just destroying everything in its path, which is exactly what it should be. So I'm glad they've waited until they could do it properly before they dropped it in. So yeah, loving that. Tomb Raider, not gameplay, but exciting that there's a new Tomb Raider.
Yeah, you called it.
I did, yeah, I knew there was going to be one. I knew there was just 2. The last one was so good, they couldn't miss the opportunity of doing another one. And then, yeah, Uncharted 4. I mean, again, not much on it, but it was an excellent looking thing, and it's got me excited for it, definitely.
It's going to be, regardless of what they showed, it's Uncharted. It's going to be amazing.
Of course it is, yeah.
Naughty Dog only do amazing.
Yeah. What about you then? What was your sort of highlights?
A rather controversial choice between me and you, but Zelda Wii U was my favourite game of E3.
You always say this. I've got nothing against Zelda. You think that I absolutely hate it?
No,
it's disgusting. It's just that I'm just take it or leave it.
No, what I mean is, because of the calibre that was at E3, I assumed you would assume that my choice for Zelda being my favourite game was probably... Well,
oh, right.
There was better games than Zelda.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, that was... Out of everything I saw, Zelda, I literally jizzed all over the place. I knew. I mean, I called it on the podcast, on the previous podcast. I said there was going to be a new Zelda, but when I saw it, it was just.
It was totally different. Yeah.
It looks amazing. It looked better. I personally think it looked better than any game that was shown at E3. It just looked like a painting. It was amazing. I'm gonna have to go knock one out. But
I'll just wait here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Other than that, the Order 1886. Again, that looked phenomenal. The transaction between what was gameplay, what wasn't gameplay, it just looks so good. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. We get nothing new. Basically saw everything except for the fact that you can now fight as your Mii avatar. Yay, I suppose. Like you, Uncharted 4. Ori and the Blind Forest look really interesting. One of the few games I actually quite enjoyed on the Microsoft conference. Whether it'll amount to anything decent, I don't know, because it just looks like a typical indie game like Limbo.
Yeah.
Again, The Division, Far Cry 4. Dead Island 2 trailer was amazing.
As trailers go, Dead Island do really good ones.
Yeah. Whether it's going to be a good game or not.
Yeah, if they follow through with it, that's the key, because they didn't last time at all. And I absolutely adored that trailer. But that set the benchmark for me. It was, yeah. But it looks sort of like more fun and comedy. But if you're doing that, you're basically on Dead Rising terms.
I was just about to say, you've got
you know what I mean?
With this.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be fine. It's a nice trailer, as trailers go. And there were just some specific trailers shown, like Tomb Raider and that, and Uncharted. That was one of the best trailers, I'd say. It was funny, and it was just a cool trailer, and you just think, fuck, that looks really good.
Yeah.
But then you think, wait a minute, I'm talking about the trailer, not about what it's actually supposed to be demonstrating, because that's obviously nothing like it. It's a first person fucking running around on a big island thing.
It's funny that even though the tone of the trailers were completely different, it's funny how much attention the original Dead Island trailer got, and the same with this trailer, and neither of them are a representation of the game. I mean, obviously we don't know what the sequel is going to be like, but
it'll still be first person.
Yeah, it's going to be first person and stuff.
Yeah, so providing they can sort out everything else that was a bit of an annoyance with the first one, then yeah. I'd give it a back. I certainly wouldn't pre-order it or anything, but
no.
if it came out and I was, I like the look of it, then yeah, definitely I'd look into it. Pre-orders though, what would you go for pre-orders? What's going to be on your pre-order list? Zelda, obviously.
Zelda, Smash Bros, Uncharted, Batman.
Yeah.
And The Order 1886, Bloodborne, which is kind of like a spiritual successor to Demon Souls / Dark Souls, but it's not. It's a separate game. But I thought it looks really cool. There's some pre-alpha gameplay up on YouTube at the minute.
Yeah.
Shit video because it's basically someone recording someone playing it, but I think it looks decent, and the trailer they showed at E3 was really cool.
Yeah.
I may possibly pre-order Far Cry 4. I'll wait to hear a little bit more about that. Other than that though, I think that'll be it for pre-orders, to be fair.
Yeah.
I really liked the new Yoshi game that was unveiled, but again I won't pre-order that. I'll pick that up probably later on.
Yep.
And the last game I'm actually really excited about, and again I probably won't pre-order it because I've already played it, Grim Fandango.
Yeah, where the hell did that come from?
We was talking about this on the phone, and if you followed it, it's on the live blog updates I was doing throughout E3. But as soon as Tim Schafer came on, I expected Psychonauts. I just wanted Psychonauts, and then they just rolled out Grim Fandango, which is just as good. Amazing game. So I'm really excited for that. And I'll be completely honest, that's it. That's all I've got there.
That's pretty good then.
Pretty
good choice.
Who do you think won E3?
Oh, that's relative though. I mean, in regards to what?
Just Who impressed you the most?
Who impressed me the most? I'd say it's probably a toss-up between Ubisoft and EA. I'd probably give the edge to Ubisoft, but EA came out with a lot of sports games, and quite a few American sports games, and obviously I haven't really got an interest in that.
Sports. It's in the game.
Exactly. It's not in my game. That's the thing. When it comes to games, sports is not one of them. But you know, the Tomb Raider looked brilliant. The Battlefield Hardline, that was announced, and the beta was released on the night as well.
Playing that at the moment.
Yeah. So I've been. I couldn't believe it. So I managed to get the beta straight away from that. I've already done a video for that. That is on YouTube. I'll be doing a few more of those. There's obviously a few bugs and stuff with it at the moment, but what do you expect?
To be fair though, it seems a really solid beta.
It's certainly more solid and stable than Battlefield 4 was when that was released.
Yeah,
which is
like a year now.
Yeah, which is hopefully a good sign. Crackdown was another one that came out of nowhere, really, but not with quite a good reception, in my opinion. I played Crackdown 1, it was an alright game. Crackdown 2 is a piece of shit. Why they've decided to just drag that corpse back up again, I'm not entirely sure.
I think they brought it back because of the lack of exclusives Microsoft has.
Yeah, I mean, they're flogging a dead horse again with the Halo collection.
See, everyone's gonna really, really happy with this news. What do you fucking do? You can play Halo 1 to 4 on your Xbox One that you've been playing for like the last fucking God knows how many years.
The thing is, like with Metal Gear, like they brought out the HD collection, so obviously they remastered some of them, and they did 2, 3, Peace Walker. Now these aren't necessarily ones that were you could get on any platform. Like Peace Walker was obviously for the PSP.
PSP, yeah.
So if you release that as a big bundle, and then someone can play it on their PS3, people are going to want to play that because maybe they haven't got a PSP. Maybe they didn't get 2 when that came out. That's a good bundle. But for games that you've already got the 360, what's the point?
I do disagree slightly because the Metal Gear, they brought out the HD collection, and then they brought out the other collection which included Metal Gear 4, Sons of the Patriots. But that was only on PlayStation 4 because obviously that was a PlayStation 3, sorry, because that was a PS3 exclusive, and also the Xbox 360 couldn't run Sons of the Patriots. So they basically brought out this collection. They said you can play this on your 360, but we're also going to bring out this other collection which is better, but you can't play it and you can't finish the story.
Yeah.
But Halo, again, like you just said, you can play it on your 360. You can play Halo 1, you can play Halo 2, you can play Halo 3, you can play Halo 4. Yeah, they've all been remastered and the graphics have been updated and the sound's been updated. What I do actually really like is it's all on one disc.
Yeah.
And you can in multiplayer matches you can use stuff from Halo 2 into Halo 4 and whatnot. And that's quite cool. And you can actually play through the entire campaign 1 to 4 as one whole game if you want, or you can just go and play 2, or you can just play 1, whatever. Or if you just want to play all the Warthog missions from Halo 1 through to Halo 4, you can just play all the Warthog missions as one game. So they have put some thoughts into it, but that, for me, that doesn't cut it that's not a next gen game. Halo 5, yeah, that is a next gen game, but they talked more about the new Master Chief Collection than they did about Halo 5.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's just us. We're not massive Halo fans. But we'll see how that goes. But like I say, as far as exclusives go, compared to Nintendo and Sony, they don't have that much, really.
Not a huge amount.
Especially as on the last podcast, you said, all they've got is Halo. And that's what they gave.
Yeah.
Every single Halo game.
Forza and Crackdown. But I mean, you brought one out the bag which I didn't even think of. Gears of War. if you're digging things up, go for that. That's a good game.
I honestly expected Gears of War. That was one of my predictions.
Yeah, a Gears prequel. That would have made sense.
I honestly, I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they're saving it for TGS. I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't know. Wheel that one out.
Because I also thought Kingdom Hearts would have been there. I'd have put money on Kingdom Hearts being there. But again, maybe TGS, with it being the Tokyo Game Show. Kingdom Hearts, Japanese game.
Yeah, it makes more sense, yeah.
I think that's going to be there. I also think new Final Fantasy will be there as well.
Yeah, more than likely.
Definitely, that's got to be there. And sequel to Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, that'll definitely be there.
What about things that didn't show up that you would have wanted?
Kingdom Hearts. I honestly expected Gears of War.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that wasn't there. I'm not disappointed, because obviously I haven't got an Xbox One. So
yeah.
But no, anything in particular?
Yeah, about 30.
Actual realistic expectation games, not just games you want.
A new Star Wars game, other than Battlefront, obviously.
It's a new one in production by Visceral Games.
Yeah, but I wanted to. I mean, the Battlefront stuff that they did show looks phenomenal. But I wanted them to say, but it's obviously we already know that's going to be out, sort of like Q3, Q4, I think it is this year. But we are also working on something. Just drop something like, you know, like they did with 1313. Just drop something in to say we're still keeping the franchise alive. 13. I do. I want them to. Just do it for fuck's sake, you bellend.
There's no reason why they shouldn't.
Yeah. Just Cause 3. That I want. Where's that?
I don't know, to be honest. It's been a long time since we've heard anything other than the multiplayer mod.
Yeah, but there was a lot of hype about that, and I thought it was spur a lot more interest back into Just Cause, and they just go. It was Square Enix, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think Just Cause is, yeah. So I was hoping that they'd sort of drop something in and say, yeah, there's another one.
But there's going to be a new Hitman. There's going to be obviously there's a new Tomb Raider, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy. I honestly think Just Cause is the last on the list.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I can see there being a new Sleeping Dogs before.
Hopefully not. I'd much rather a new Just Cause over Sleeping Dogs 2.
But you got to look at it as well. Obviously, the big GTA 5 next gen reveal. That's not going to do much for Just Cause.
Yeah. Max Payne 4. I would have happily seen that. Would have liked to have seen a Max Payne.
Well, very, very unlikely. I mean, Rockstar didn't even go to E3 to do.
Yeah, which is quite annoying, but it just means that they're just saving something up. No, they don't need to.
I think The Last Guardian will be at TGS, and I'm really surprised that it wasn't at E3. I think of nothing else really. I really wanted that actual realistic, like.
Yeah.
I knew there wasn't going to be a Psychonauts 2.
Well, I wanted there to be a Conker, and then they threw a Conker reference in there.
Yeah,
now, why would they do that if they knew that people weren't interested in it? If they thought, well, we'll put Conker in there because that'll push Project Spark. But then you just think, well, if you know that that's going to sell another game, make another one.
It's like you said the other day when we were talking about Project Spark and Conker. Just do a HD remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day. You haven't got to do anything, just up the textures.
Yeah, literally just keep the script the same, just make it look as good as even Zelda, that sort of level of, you know, because obviously that looks...
Hey, what would look really good if they did it like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, like how Nintendo did the fur on Donkey Kong and on the rest of the characters on there. It looked phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So good. Imagine Conker with them graphics. I'd buy an Xbox tomorrow.
Yeah. But other than that, I'd want to see another Metro. I'd want to see another Command & Conquer. Mortal Kombat, obviously, we got actual gameplay, which just looks fucking awesome.
I think I might buy it. I said I probably won't, but I think I will.
Oh, it looks so good. It just looks so good. So, other than that, though, there's nothing else that I would have really liked to have seen. That I would have expected to.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of things that I'd like to have seen, but I'm very surprised God of War didn't make an appearance.
Yeah, again, though, that might just be something Tokyo.
Yeah, obviously you've got to say something. But no
Lego games though. No Lego shown.
Nothing really new coming out. I imagine the next Lego game we're going to see is going to be Lego Guardians of the Galaxy or something. Other than that, though, it was a good year. Lots of games on across all the boards really. Obviously, Alienware snuck in. They're pushing out their Steam box, even though it's not called a Steam box now because Valve have delayed the Steam box. But other than that was it. There was nothing for PC.
Yeah. Well, there's The Sims 4, so I'll be getting that for PC.
Yeah, but that's on everything else as well.
I know, yeah, but Sims it's not... I bought Sims 3 for the 360 and that was a stupid mistake. Sims isn't something you can really play as a console.
This is the first time it's going to be the same across the board. So they've said anyway. Like, the first demo they showed was at the last year's Sony presentation. That was the first time it was shown. Plus, actually, I think it'll work quite well on PS4 with the touchpad.
Maybe. I mean, I could see it on something like the Wii U because of the controller.
Yeah.
The Wii pad thing.
But Vita.
Well, even that. Yeah.
Graphics, obviously. But.
No, of course. But it's just something it's with a mouse and it's a point and click game, and I don't know. It just makes more sense for that. It's just too clunky and weird with using thumbsticks for it when a mouse is just, you just do everything. Plus, it would look really nice on a PC, and hopefully instead of loads between villages and that sort of thing, it's all just one big open area and you can just run about and do whatever you want to.
This is, I mean, I do like The Sims, just not as much. I mean, you're a massive Sims fan.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is the first Sims since the first one that I'm actually genuinely excited for.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a whole new building, like Buildcraft kind of system. So instead of just like dragging out a square, you literally just alter rooms and walls to whatever sizes and shapes you want to. So it's going to give you like... Exactly, yeah. So I mean, instead of just sort of like personalising the decoration, you personalise the house, the actual interior, how you want it to look. If you want just a big round square room, like a bubble room or something like that, that'd be amazing. I'd love to have something like that. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
Really good.
Me and you are going to be in Sims 4. I can guarantee that.
Oh, definitely. If we're not, there's something wrong with you. If the first thing you do is just make someone else.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I'm all E3'd out, man.
No, it was good. There was a couple of surprises, a couple of hit and misses, but on the whole, it was a good year. It was definitely a next gen one. It was definitely a next gen. We're pushing for it. This is like the first E3 of next gen, really, of like actually pushing out and saying this year, start of next year, this is when they're going to be out, which means E3s to follow. They're only going to look even better. Because obviously they're going to go out and they'll push their better graphics and their more interactive systems and all that sort of stuff. Kinect did get a show. I knew it would, but it was shite. But they got one shout out for like some what was it? I can't remember it.
That dance game. I'm on it.
There was the Just Dance thing, which means that you can play it on your phone with someone on a PS4 and someone else on an Xbox One and all that sort of stuff. So it's like this multi-platform connectivity thing, but it's just like a mini game kind of thing. But other than that,
the SingStar thing was quite cool, actually. Speaking of that,
yeah,
you just download the app and you can use your phone as a microphone.
No, I didn't see that one actually.
Yeah,
I was watching as far as the Just 4 and then turned it off.
I'm not gonna buy it, but
really? Oh, really?
Like the SingStar microphones, obviously, that you bought and came with the game and stuff. You don't need that anymore. You just download the SingStar app, and then basically it turns your screen just looks like a microphone, but it uses the mic in your phone and it relays it to the PS4 and whatnot. It's clever, and obviously it saves people buying mics all the time for karaoke nights and shit. But I'm not going to buy it. I don't really care. I just thought it was quite a nice touch to an otherwise poor game.
One thing that you definitely will be buying though, and I know that you'll be buying it, but you won't know what it is yet, is going to be whatever Rockstar release next. Because at the moment, I haven't got a fucking clue.
Well, no, because the next thing they release is GTA 5 on PS4, Xbox.
Yeah, but that's already
PC.
out. You already know about that. But good news for PC is obviously GTA 5 is actually going to be available, which means you can mod it to your heart's content and just make it look fucking awesome and put Superman in it and all that crazy stuff. You all do it, it's all bloody good fun. But I'm thinking either something in the Max Payne series, something in the LA Noire, GTA, I doubt, Red Dead, maybe?
I think
something along those lines, that is going to be good.
Red Dead's my prediction. Max
It's
Payne,
been a while, yeah, so I would love a next-gen Max Payne.
I'd love the next-gen Max Payne.
It would be the best.
Not LA Noire.
It worked. It was a good game.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good game.
I don't think there's much sequel potential.
Well, it was more. My point being more that it wasn't just Rockstar. It partnered with Atari.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I just don't think. Now, you know, you start off on the bottom rung of police work, and then you work your way up to sort of like a really good detective. You know, there's not really much else you could do after that, apart from go back and do it with somebody else, maybe. So I'd like to see them do something new and just sort of say, you know, we're going to launch this, and this is going to be the next Max Payne, or this is going to be the next GTA, and it's going to be as popular as them. But at the moment, your guess is as good as mine.
They've still got room for more in their series. Like Max Payne's only had 3 games, and yet they're very, very spaced out.
Yeah, that's over 10 years, that.
Yeah.
Longer, actually, I think.
We've only had one. Well, technically we've had 2 Red Deads, because obviously got Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah, Revolver was awesome.
On PS2 and the original Xbox. I keep wanting to say Xbox One.
I know, fuck it.
And then obviously Red Dead Redemption came out on last gen. So I think the next one will be Red Dead.
I'd say that's more likely if they're going to carry on with series that they've already got, because like you say, it's been more of a gap since they did another one of those.
Yeah.
And that again, open world, next gen graphics, it would look amazing.
Red Dead still looks good now.
I reckon if they do something new though, it'll be something that no one will expect.
Obviously, yeah. It'll be like Flappy Bird GTA Redemption Noir Payne.
Probably something not as wank as that. But I mean, they do a lot of sort of, you know, police, crime, that sort of thing, you know, that sort of element of society. So maybe they'll just go mental and do something totally different.
I'd love a new Bully.
Ooh, yeah.
That's probably had the longest since they've done anything.
Well, yeah.
Yes, too.
But they did a remake of that though, didn't they?
What's that?
Yeah, what was it? The Scholars Edition or something?
Oh, I never played that one.
Oh, I don't know if it was like I might just be making that up, but I'm pretty sure they did either an updated version or a new one. I can't remember.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I'll take that back then. And then the other one I could think of was, and I can't actually remember the name, but it was on PS2, and you basically you just did riots and stuff.
Oh,
State of Emergency.
Fuck, no, no, I've never heard of that. State of Emergency.
This like launch era PS2. Well, a bit after PS2 came out, but yeah, quite an early game. You basically just went looting and stuff.
That's Rockstar down to a T.
Yeah, it was basically just
carnage and violence.
Actually, I think it was after GTA 3. Actually, I'll tell you that back. I think it was after GTA 3. It wasn't great. My friend got it and we played it for a week or so and then got bored.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping for big things, and whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be fucking cracking.
Again, Naughty Dog and Rockstar and Rocksteady very rarely do wrong.
Yeah.
So I think, personally, I think it's going to be a new Red Dead.
I want it to be Max Payne more than anything, because I actually loved Max Payne 3.
Max Payne 3 was not perfect, but it was very close.
It was so good.
Story was good, graphics was good, gameplay was good, controls were good. It was just Max Payne.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, so hopefully something along those lines would definitely pique our interest.
Yes. Other than that, though, that's all we've got. We're done.
I'm spent.
I'm gonna take that out and finish it off. We've got some stuff coming up on the channel. There'll be an E3 wrap-up video. Basically, a very condensed version of this. I say condensed, barely even touches what we spoke about, really. I'm sure there'll be some more Battlefield Hardline videos.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think there should be, because I enjoyed it.
I'll make one for you then. Don't worry about it.
Don't put it up. Just send it to me.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, obviously we have a new podcast coming up. If you haven't already, Dan's Watchdog review went up the other week. Really good. And other than that, that's it. I'm done. I'm going.
Yeah, me too.
Sick of the sight of you.
Oh yeah.
Right, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Yes.